Okay, so I'm gonna quickly show you guys a replay of what I mean when you play around the Imperm or Veiler, right? Because that's like the only that and Nibiru are like the only interactions that we're kind of like about. But you'll see what I mean. Okay, so let's say. Okay, so this hand is amazing because it allows us to play past double Veiler or double Imperm or just anything in that matter, right? The only you care about is these 4 cards because they're at 3 each. So let's go ahead and show you what I mean. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this play, right? So this one almost always hits a bait because they see your hand and they're like, oh, I don't want him to get a +1 off of it, and odds are they think that you're gonna mill something you want in the grave, so they're gonna bite, right? They're gonna watch, so they bite. Okay, now what do we do? So what we could do is just do the obvious play, right? Go junk synchron, summon junk synchron specialist, and if we get imperm there, we lose. Why do we lose? Because Doppel's stuck in our hand, and we're stuck with level 3 tuner and a level 8 non-tuner. So that's not gonna help us. So we're gonna use the overtake. Watch. We're gonna use this as a summon, right? So instead of summoning the junk that seemed like the obvious choice, you summon the Doppel because you see what I mean. Look, it generates you tokens, resources that you can play around. Okay, so right here, most of you would have just gone speeder, but you don't. This is what I mean. You have to be smart about it. You have to consider all the options that, okay, how do I lose with this hand? And the way that I lose with this hand is if they have Impermanent Veiler, right? Because obviously, if they have Ash, you just don't. Like, you can chain block. So I'm just trying to get to a point where I can get to a Herald or threaten a Herald like Dragon League used to do before. See, that's why I sent the Stardust Synchron, because that's gonna be my speeder. Because any level 1 token, right? So right here, I put him in a weird position because I force him to use the other interaction here. Otherwise, he's just gonna be forced to just, I guess, hold on for the next turn. Because like if I revive, I want to bring back 2 level 2s. That's gonna be a Herald because you can already see that, and then I still get my speeder play, which is he's completely unaware that I'm gonna do a speeder play, but the fact that he knows that I'm threatening a Herald, right? And this is what I want. See, so there. Now you have your speeder play, and if they have another look, if they have 3 hand traps, fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Okay, I can only be so good, right? Only be so good. So then fast forward, and look, just in case he has a 3rd hand trap, that's where the Herald comes in, and then you're gonna get more tokens off of the. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Dude, that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it, dude. Look at this. Start get a few draws on, get a few draws in. Look at this. How cool is that, dude? Look at that. Dude, double imperm. How crazy is that, dude? As a sequence to make it unpredictable, to make it really obscure for your opponent to be like, what the heck is going on? Because they wouldn't know. They don't. It makes it really mediocre. Any other hand trap makes it really weird. But that's all I wanted to showcase. I'll let you guys. I'll just fast forward the last match because, like, yeah, you see what I mean. It was just unfortunate. Like, I'm playing against like a warrior deck. He's on 12, almost 1300. I end up scooping this game. Okay, let's just go to game 3. Okay, so game 3. I look at my hand, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. I like this hand a lot. Except it sucks that I drew this, but it's manageable, right? So he's learned from the game 1 to not interact with it. Just hold on to your interactions. But I'm still gonna be kind of wary about things. And he draws me, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna kind of affect me because I wanted to end in a guaranteed Omega with Stardust Synchron and Stardust Trail, right? But that's not gonna happen. So I accidentally, okay, let's go. If he has it here, so right here, the thing I have right here is like I'm safe to go into the speeder play because even if he does ash me or imperm me or whatever, he's gonna be down to 4 cards, and I'm gonna end on an Abyss and a Crystal Wing. So that's 2 solid interactions, right? Because this brings back a Junk Synchron, and yeah. So regardless, if so, but I forget that I can add. So I just go ahead and end on this field. Playing for Noble. I negate this because I know most people don't stop this because they feel like, oh, it's not, it's pretty. But then by the time you get to it, it's like, oh wow, it actually didn't matter. Because this time he needs to have an extender and a discard outlet to be able to continue his plays on top of the Isolde and the Hulk play. So I was like, oh, I'm kind of banking on that because I'm kind of predicting he's gonna have the one you discard to special summon. I was like, okay, well he has that, he has that. So right here I risked it. This is where I risked it. I was like, okay, so he needs to have the I don't know the name of that. The one that you discard card special when it becomes a tuner. And this is my worst nightmare. I was like, okay, well, I just negate either the Hulk or the unicorn, and I just gotta hope he doesn't have that one that discards and special summons, right? But then later I find out he has DDR. So if I would have just negated the Isolde, he wouldn't have access to a tuner because this is what an Ash. I would have won, but that's hindsight. I didn't know that, but that's the risk I took. You know, I took that risk, but it didn't pay off. I was hoping he just didn't have it, and he just ended up having it. And then he's just gonna continue. He's gonna continue with his plays. And then he runs into an issue where he doesn't have enough equipped spells, and he just goes bad. I was like, oh, okay, cool, fair enough. Yeah, that Crystal Ring should just put in attack mode, but I guess Lightning Storm was the thing, right? And then I protect it. Oh my god, this was the worst case scenario. I milled the third junk. I was like, wow. Because I was meant to not mill the junk. I was meant to search this, discard this, and this to search the third junk. And then summon, and then go into have more plays, right? Because then that means I would have the option to revive a tuner and then have like, oh my god, it was just unfortunate. And yeah, I end up losing this one because he ends up popping the Stardust Trail, which is not ideal. I was trying to climb into a Stardust Charge Warrior, but yeah, it didn't pay off. But hopefully enjoy this replay. I just wanted to give you guys a bit of insight on how to play around or how to utilize Excel and Doppel to play around Impermanent Veiler. All right. Hopefully enjoy the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching.